taking a look at two wild and crazy plays from Pete Crow-Armstrong this spring. The season hasn't even started yet, and this guy is a maniac. By the way, everyone's calling it chaos. Remember how El Mago, Javier Baez, had the nickname El Mago, which was basically the magic? I looked it up. Chaos in Spanish is chaos. So I'm calling Pete Crow-Armstrong El Chaos. There we go. All right, let's start with February 25th. Little single up the middle against the Diamondbacks. 2-2 game in the 6th. And you've got Carson Kelly at the plate. Pete just wants an opportunity to run. He wants to make sure that those legs are under him, good to go, and that's exactly what he's going to do here after the first pitch is inside. Then Jordan Chalice, I believe is how you say his name. He knows who's at first base, so he's going to throw on over. By the way, Diamondbacks hats are pretty cool, too. I like those. And then Jose Javier says, I want you to do your best Forrest Gump impression. Just run and keep on running. And he does that. He just trusts Jose Javier. He's like, okay, there goes the ball in the center field. You want me to keep running? It doesn't look like I can make it home. Oh, I'm just going to go. I'm going to trust you. And he does. Ball in the dirt, and he's safe. Brushes off. I'm clean. And then he says something to the umpire. We had to take another look at this, saying something happened over there at second base. And, yeah, okay, that was a little too quick, but let's take another look at the replay here. As you can see, a little slow motion here. Looks like Kaiser keeps the glove down. I mean, is he doing it on purpose, Pete? I don't think so, brother. I mean, ball goes in the center field. It's spring training. Kaiser's putting his glove down. He's kind of just watching. Doesn't even look like, I mean, if he was intentionally trying to do that, he's probably going to like look at the leg and press down on the leg. It's spring training. You don't have to be a good lip reader like John Boy to read Pete's lips on this one. The F is that. He's holding me. There you go. Okay, Pete. Don't have to love everything that comes out of his mouth. Then we're going to skip forward to March 4th. And this was the most fun spring training play I've seen in a long time against a knuckleballer. And the big thing here was yesterday, the day before, Pete Crow-Armstrong was held out of the lineup because of a hamstring issue. And I love this at bat because, A, it's a knuckleballer, and knuckleballers are really tough to hit. He runs this thing to a full count, which you're just looking for good at bats from Pete Crow-Armstrong after a year where he was kind of flailing at some pitches, swinging early in the count. You see that knuckleball gets away. Knuckleballs, just in case you're wondering, and you saw it with Kyle Tucker earlier in the game too. With a knuckleball, you're not trying to pull the ball. If you're trying to pull the ball, in fact, the next at bat, Miguel Amaya, you can tell he looks like he's trying to pull the ball, and I believe he ends up striking out. He does not look good. Pete Crow-Armstrong, especially as a lefty, is going to try to go to the opposite field if he's doing the right thing with the knuckleball. And the knuckleball, the reason it's so hard to hit, as you see in this video, you can see there's no spin. That ball is not spinning, and so that it just becomes completely chaotic, a lot like Pete Crow-Armstrong, chaos on chaos. And you don't know where it's going to go. It flutters, it goes up, it goes down. Sometimes it goes east, sometimes it goes west. And for that reason, it's really tough for the catcher to catch it. So he's got himself in a 2-1 count now, and he takes another one up high. Again, this is just, to me, a really good at bat because Pete usually would be jumping at these pitches back in 2024. And to see him be a little bit more patient, then he gets one down the middle. Even a knuckleball down the middle is hard to hit. You could tell on a 3-1 count, he's kind of trying to let it fly on that one. But then on this full count pitch, now he goes back to the approach of let's just go the opposite way. And this is such a mature look. Ball is down low and inside. And what does he do with that? He takes it to shortstop on a line drive to shortstop. That's extremely difficult to do on a knuckleball. So all things I like about this at bat: mature plate appearance, line drive to left, and then it's off to the races, and we're watching the hamstring. And here is where El Chaos really comes to play. So Dansby's trying to score. He does score. He goes over to second. PCA does. And then that ball's in center. This is the right fielder. That's not the center fielder. That's the right fielder because the center fielder is over in left center because of that ball that PCA just hit. So the right fielder's having to come all the way over to center field just to get this ball. And PCA is just like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get the wheelchair out and stroll on home. And that hamstring is absolutely fine. And this is where, especially on the replay, you can see he's rounding first base. He sees, okay, ball's going to home. And that's where he really turned it on into another gear. And when you turn on another gear, that's where the hamstring, I know through experience, that's when the hamstring can start to get a little bit testy. And so for him to turn into that next gear, slide into second, get up, and then just immediately go back into sprinting is just such a great sign that whatever happened the day before with that hamstring, there is no issues. El Chaos, form it with me. We're starting new trends here. We're starting new nicknames here. We've already got Tyler Zombro as the pitching prophet. Now start it with me. El Chaos is PCA.